Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So for today's activity, we are going to be making snowflakes. So all you need is one piece of paper and some scissors. So to get started, one thing that I do like about this activity is it's a strengthening activity as well as a folding and a scissors activity. The one reason I say it's strengthening is because we're using our folding skills, and as we're folding, we're making that paper harder to cut as we do the tasks. So to get started, we're going to take our piece of paper, and as you can see I already started. I have a fold going about. I'm going to take this top corner and fold it about 3/4 of the way down and make a triangle on the paper. So you want to make sure the edges are lined up, and then we're going to have this extra piece right here. What we're going to do next is cut this extra piece off. So once it's cut off, you should have one triangle. The second step is going to be folding this in half. So we want to fold from the top point and make each end meet. So we have a smaller triangle. Now there are two different variations that we could do for the snowflakes. So the first one would be an easier variation, and it's an easier fold. So since we already folded it once, we're going to fold it one more time. So we made two folds, and we're going to cut off one end, just a straight cut. So now we have a straight side. So from this point, we have what looks like used to be a triangle with a missing side. Here we can draw different shapes around the edges if we're practicing shapes and staying on lines, so your student can practice cutting out different shapes while doing this. So I will cut these out and I'll show you what it looks like. So once you do this and you see your student do this in person or during your virtual therapy session, you will, one of the things I've heard the most is it's hard to cut these shapes out because there's so many layers of paper. Okay, so the next step is the fun part, and it's unfolding. So once you're done, you can unfold your snowflake, and then you have a really cool design. So you can see there's squares, rectangles, circles, anything that you want to put in there. So I'm going to speed up this process and I'll show you this from the start what we're going to do. So we're going to fold it to 3/4. And then once we get to this part again, we're going to cut off that extra piece. And then from this step again, we're going to fold it in half. All right. So once we're back to this triangle, and once we fold our big triangle in half, here's the tough part. This is the tough fold. So we're going to kind of crease the top. We're going to kind of pinch it in. And what we're going to do is fold one half down, kind of like you're making a paper airplane. So it's going to look like this. And then we're going to wrap this side around it. So it's going to make a, kind of looks like an airplane. So you want to make sure your lines are lined up on each side. And what we're going to do is cut off the bottom part. So we're going to cut those extra legs off. And so we just have another triangle. So the same goes from the last snowflake. We're going to be able to draw different shapes on here. So I will draw a few triangles on here. And then we will cut these out. Alright, and same thing, once you have your triangles cut out, go ahead and unfold your snowflake. And voila, you have another snowflake. So I like this task because it has various components of cutting, folding, as well as that strengthening, because you're really using those scales to squeeze those scissors as well as fold the creases in the snowflake. So there's a million different designs you can do with the snowflakes. And also, if your student is up for a challenge, you can use the scrap piece of paper that you did cut out and fold it into triangles as well, and you can make mini snowflakes. This is more of a very fine motor precision task because those triangles are smaller and the paper is harder to cut because it is smaller and more folded, and it adds the density to the paper. I hope you enjoyed this activity. I hope I can have some more virtual activities as time goes on. Thank you very much.